Welcome to Capacity TV. I'm here today with Rafael Arranz of Telxius. Rafael, so Capacity LATAM, not too long ago, you talked about the new BRUSA cable. Can you say what it is, where it goes from?
Yes, as we spoke in Rio de Janeiro, we have already advanced substantially with the deployment of our Brusa cable, connecting the US with Brazil, actually connecting to Rio de Janeiro itself. So it's going well. We have already worked on the permits in both countries, and we are on track with the building of the cable itself. Probably 80% of the cable is already built, and we are going to start probably deployment of and the submarine installation itself in the next couple of months.
Tell me about the benefits of the BRUSA cable and where is it going to be landing?
First of all, it's the first cable in a long time that goes straight from a new landing point in the US, which is Virginia Beach, to Brazil. It's a completely new route. There was no cable, not submarine cable before this landing in the US in the area of Virginia Beach. And by the way, Virginia is very well connected to the main concentration of data centers in the world, which is the Virginia area and Ashburn in Washington. So that's one of the main features of this new cable. But on top of that, it's going to be a diversified path to get to Brazil, which is the main driver of growth and the main driver of traffic in the region. So it makes both sense from a business standpoint and growing traffic US Brazil, and also as a diversity path to connect and to have a more secure network. We are going to have connectivity also as a diversified route to San Juan in Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is a main hub of connectivity, not only for the Atlantic side, but also to connect for other islands in the Caribbean and some of the systems that go through Panama to the Pacific side. So Puerto Rico is becoming more and more a hub of interconnectivity for us, and it's going to be another diversified path to get there too.
What are the specific benefits that BRUSA cable will have for the LATAM region?
South America, not yet. We have plans to eventually go further from Brazil, but it's still work in progress. We don't know yet when and how we are going to do that. We know that it has to be done, and we have to fulfill also connectivity to Argentina, Chile, Peru, etc.
Virginia Beach seems to be becoming a really important landing station because you've also got it for the Maria cable that's going to Bilbao, haven't you? So can you tell me about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Maria.
The new cable in the Atlantic area is joining Virginia Beach with the north part of Spain in Bilbao. So that's going to be, again, another route that we are going to have in the Atlantic, completely diverse from the North Atlantic submarine cables that we used to have, or we currently have, serving the connectivity between Europe and the United States. So that this is going to bring another traffic route, mid-Atlantic route, very efficient, very straightforward to connect different parts of the US with different parts of Europe, which is going to be great for business and great for diversity too.
What are the challenges of delivering such a high capacity cable?
Technologically speaking, it's the most advanced cable you can have. I mean, as you can imagine, if you're designing a cable to be able to fulfill your growth in the next 25 years, it has to have as much capacity upgrades as possible already in place. And that's what we are working with. The technology that we have is actually being tested as we speak in the labs, and to be sure that it's going to be capable of fulfilling all the growth that we are expecting in that route in the future.
Why did you choose Bilbao to terminate it at the European side? Because it's not currently a big terminal.
Actually, it's the first time that any cable, international cable lands in the north part of Spain. We used to have small cables connecting the UK actually with the north part of Spain, but that was just mainly intra-European traffic. It's the first time that we use this route, and it made sense because Bilbao is very well positioned inside Spain, very well connected inside Spain, and therefore we can connect from there to the north of Africa and Middle East and Mediterranean basin, but also connected. It's going to have a very straightforward path to connect to Central Europe, and eventually probably even to connect to the UK or using other submarine systems. We are planning to even be able to attract more submarine systems in that part of the region. I think it makes sense from a geographical standpoint. That part of Spain is very developed and very well connected, so I think it makes sense also from pure interconnectivity standpoint.
So you're thinking Bilbao will become a major major
It's
public?
going to. We thought so. We thought so when we decided about that phone. And actually, the more we know about it and the more we study what the options to get out of there, it's going to be more clear than that connectivity is going to be. And it's going to become eventually something like Marseille in France or Sesimbra in Portugal, something like that. No? That it's going to attract more investment and more connectivity in the future.
And the Maria cable is very unusual in that it's got over-the-top companies in there. Can you tell me about the opportunities that they present to Telxius?
It's really a great example of that because I think that it was the first time that we have two great and big OTTs partnering in building a system. So, in the past, we've seen that before with other OTTs doing their own submarine systems or partnering with other carriers, but it's the first time that we have a couple of them already decided to go ahead with this investment, but at the same time to have a very clear idea that they need a carrier and they need a clear telecom operator to fulfill the technical part to be able to operate and maintain the system. It's not only to plan and to imagine how this is going to look like in the future. It's going to have to deal with the real operation and the maintenance of the system. So that's why the OTTs and specifically here Microsoft and Facebook have a clear idea that Telxius is bringing that kind of value to the partnership, and that's why we pick them and they picked us. If we believe half of the things that they think that are going to happen in the future is going to be a great future for all of us, because their projections and the way they see the future growing and traffic evolving is really unbelievably high. The expectations they have for new services and new traffic coming and from the US to the rest of the world is huge. So if half of that is actually going to happen, we are very happy, and we're going to enjoy a good run with these new systems now.
So you're there in the first partnership. So that's a good.
That's a good start.
British term, foot in the door. Is that relationship of the way the industry is going to develop?
I think it's going to be seen more often. I hope that we're going to enjoy more opportunities to do that in the future with them or with other OTTs. But it's not going to be the last one you're going to hear.
Rafael, thank you very much for joining us today on Capacity TV.
Thank you very much, Alan, for having me. Thank you.